Hey everybody! I was grilling some pizzas the other day, so I went down to the grocery store to pick up some Italian sausage, and I could not believe what they're charging for this stuff these days. So of course, I'm thinking, what the heck is the Sausage King doing looking to buy sausage at $7 a pound when pork shoulder's going for $2? So today, I'm making this Italian sausage that is going to be great for topping pizzas, making meatballs, meatloaf, and a whole bunch of other dishes that everyone's going to love. So let's get started. More nasty weather. Another great day for making a sausage. Making a fresh sausage like this is real easy to do. You just mix some ground meat, some salt, and some spices, and you're done. Of course, you're gonna save a lot of money and have more control over that grind if you buy big chunks of meat like this pork shoulder and grind it yourself. But the pre-ground meat is gonna work really well too. Today, I'm going to play by the rules and make one that is very similar to what you'll find in most grocery stores. And did you know that in the US there are actually federal regulations that define what can be called and sold as Italian sausage? Now, according to the rules, the sausage has to be at least 85% meat that cannot exceed 35% fat content. Now this pork shoulder comes in around 20% fat, so check on that. It shall also contain salt, check, black pepper, check, and fennel or anise, and I'm using fennel seed today, so checkity check on that one. And the total weight of the mixture cannot contain more than 3% water. And apart from these main ingredients, there are a number of acceptable add-ins that you can put in there. And today I'm making the spicy variety because I kind of have to. So I'm gonna add in some garlic powder, some paprika for color, some red pepper flakes, and some cayenne pepper for bite. Of course, nonsense rules and regulations like these is exactly why we make our own sausage. I'm going to be making kind of a smaller batch of sausage today. It's going to be a 5-pound batch. So I've got 5 pounds of pork shoulder. That's about 2¼ kilos, and this is still fairly frozen, but not so frozen that I can't cut it, and that's going to make the grind really nice. So apart from the meat, I've got 45 grams of the salt. This is 5 grams of black pepper. I've got 7 grams of fennel here, and I'm gonna grind probably 2/3 of that, but I'm gonna throw some of those whole seeds in there as well to give you a little punch when you bite into one of them. I've got 5 grams of that garlic powder. It's 20 grams of paprika for some nice red color. Got those crushed red pepper flakes, that's 5 grams. And I'll put in 5 grams of cayenne, but you go as heavy as you like on that cayenne, depending on how much sting you want. Oh, I'll grind up my fennel, we'll mix this together, and then we'll cut and grind this meat. Uh-oh. Now we got this is a bone-in pork shoulder, so I'm gonna have to get the bone out of there. But since I'm gonna grind it all, I don't have to be neat about it. is another fresh sausage today. I'm gonna go ahead and mix the spices with the meat before the grind because I'm not gonna stir this a whole bunch after the grind, so I wanna get a head start on that mixing. Whoa, wait till you get a whiff of that. That is nice. I've got icy cold meat, icy cold. Grind your parts for a real nice and clean grind. And now you can decide what size of grind you want. I'm going to go ahead and do one pass through the fine plate today. You could do the coarse plate, mix of the plates. It's all up to you. All right, let's whip through this grind. Now I need to mix this a little bit more to get those spices all blended in really well. But the first thing I'm going to do is get my grinder pieces rinsed off to get all the salt off of those. Now, you don't have to do it, but I'm going to add in just a little bit of liquid, just some water here, to kind of help this mix. And it's just going to be about 50 milliliters, so a third of a cup or so. Then we're just going to mix this until everything looks about the same. I don't really want to mix the heck out of this, so I'm going to change that texture. I want this to be kind of a loose sausage, where you're really going to be able to feel that grain when you bite into it. Smells absolutely delicious. Holy moly, that's cold. And that's exactly how it ought to be. Normally I'd throw on the cotton liners before I mixed it, but since this is just a small batch, I dove right in there and oh boy, that hurt my fingers. And that's it. This sausage is ready to go, ready to use on all your pizzas or your meatballs or whatever you want to make with it. Now, I'm going to leave most of this loose. I'll just wrap it up and freeze it, and it'll be good for a good long time in the freezer. But I'm also going to stuff some because I want some to throw it on the grill. And since that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of this out to fry up my test patty before I stuff it. And that way I'll be able to adjust the seasoning any way I like before I get it into those casings. Mmm. Mmm. Very nice. Oh yeah. It's just got that classic American style Italian sausage flavor. Good bite from the pepper, really. I could go a little heavier on the fennel, but I think this is going to be what most people are going to like. Great. Now stuff some up. Oh, yeah. After an overnight rest, those spices have had a chance to really mix and mingle with the pork. It's got a nice bite to it, and that fennel gives it that classic Italian sausage flavor that you're looking for. This is going to be great in all kinds of dishes. And this batch isn't going to last me very long at all. Nice. Now I got to put this sausage to some good use. Check out that bite. Oh yeah. So there's one great use for this sausage, and I can think of about a dozen more right off the top of my head. I'm going to need to make another batch of this real soon, and maybe next time I'll throw in a little basil or maybe some oregano. Point being, you should always have fun and experiment with your sausage. And never let the kielbasa cops tell you what to put in your Italian sausage. After all, there are no such rules in Italy, and by the way, there, it's just called sausage. Thanks for watching.